All right, we are back. I want to kind of shift gears right now and take a story out of The Guardian. Got a little video. Basically, this woman is at one of the protests. I think it was in 2007 or 2008. And the police are illegally surveilling protesters. We've covered that story here dozens of times. They're going around in parking lots, writing down the license plate numbers, putting them on lifts. These are the subversives. These are the future terrorists in their country. Watch out, it's the white Al-Qaeda. Blonde hair, blue-eyed, you betcha. And this woman who goes to these protests, I think she's a citizen journalist or she's a partial journalist. I'm not quite know what the deal is, but she's not doing anything. And the police are there. She asks for one of the police number. Well, what happens if I ask for the police number? What happens is you get jackbooted. And she gets arrested, and I believe her buddy gets arrested too. So we're going to play the first minute or so from this piece. Let's call in, get your take. 866-582-9933. Hit it.
This is Emily Apple, a single mum from Cornwall. This footage was filmed by police surveillance officers. They were monitoring activists last year at a protest against the Kings North power station in Kent. When Emily asked a police officer to identify himself, she was pinned to the ground, handcuffed and arrested.
I had a notebook and I was writing down police officers' numbers, what they were doing, and the two people I was with were taking photographs. And this officer didn't have any identifiable number on his lapel. And so I asked him to identify himself, and he refused.
What are your numbers? Well, you do actually have to tell me if someone requests your number, member of the public requests your number, you do have to give your number.
I called my friend over and I said, please can we get a photograph of this officer? He's refusing to identify himself, and I'd like to make a complaint at a later stage.
I'd like to picture this officer. So
he wanted to leave on that.
Yes, I am. I just want to...
Next female, please, not to
I'm
make
just
your way down
getting
there.
his West Yorkshire Police, no number.
The first shot she tried to take was blocked by the officer, and then when she went to take the second shot, she was grabbed and bundled across the road. Within seconds, myself and my other friend were also on the floor being restrained. This one bloke had his hands round the neck of one of my friends.
On my throat! Camera called him.
And then he sort of came to me and sort of pushed my head down. When he stood me up, he put his hands around my neck, and he's showing my face to the camera.
Well, that's what you get. Don't challenge the lords. The lords that are arresting you because they don't want to give up their badge number. So you're not allowed to know who they are. They're damn well allowed to know who you are. And again, this woman, I think they said she was a grandmother. The recording said it was on August 8th, 2008. So this is pretty recent, less than a year ago. I guess there's a full Guardian piece on it. I'm probably going to blog that. I didn't blog it yesterday. I saw it today. Really need to play that. I mean, they grabbed this woman. This woman doesn't do anything physical. They're really threatened by that notebook and that pen. She might be James Bond. She might be able to squirt a little bit of acid in their eye. I don't know. Do some terrorist stuff. Maybe it's an exploding notebook, Jaron. Yeah, I know that, and that's the craziest thing. The Guardian actually still protects the police officers. Great point, Jaron. Didn't even realize that. But yeah, the Guardian still protects the thugs. They can't even publish this without blurring out their faces. So she wants the number. She's sitting there. It looks like she's like chewing gum. She's got glasses on. She's got the hoodie on. Personally, it's a style I like. You know, hey, you're not coming in here to surveil us without me getting your number. Sounds fair to me. Well, that's not how it rolls. And she gets the guy to come over and take the picture. As soon as he takes the picture, that guy is just hauled off and thrown on the ground. You know what? They're pretty lucky. They're lucky they didn't get shot. Like I said, those could have been Al-Qaeda pens, and those pens could have exploded and taken out civilians. All right, let's go to our first caller. Let's go to Mike in Indiana. Mike, you're on the line.
How you doing?
Good, man.
I just want to call and tell you, keep up the good work, you and Alex. For an example of how important you all are, I ordered a Don't Tread on Me t-shirt from Alex from Prison Planet.
Sure.
And it come with a bumper sticker. It said 9/11 was inside job. I showed it to my parents. My parents said, what are you doing with that? And I said, supporting our rights, the freedom of speech. And they said, if you put that on your car, you could be surveillance, and they could put you in their system. I said, I don't care if it's in their system. It's freedom of speech. I'm doing nothing wrong.
You need to explain to your parents whether they like it or not. They are already in the system. This is what you do to sit them down before you're already in the system. Listen, they're already in the system. They might just not be checked off as a subversive yet. Okay, show them the AT&T versus Hepting ruling. Okay, show them the Olbermann clip. Just type in Olbermann AT&T surveillance. Explain to them they have a cell phone. Everything they do on that cell phone is tracked, traced, and databased, whether they like it or not. Everything they do on the internet is tracked, traced, and databased. Your parents need to wake up. Go ahead, man.
Well, I went on to explain to them and talk to them. I said, I want to get a hold of loose change and show them. I actually talked them into buying some gold. They're like, I told them, I said, do you realize when the dollar goes out and the mail comes in and the government comes in that you're going to need some sort of valuable asset, not paper money that the government prints? And I actually talked them into getting some gold. But I want to go ahead and order some few things off the internet and show them, loose change, the bomb deception, stuff like that, to inform them. And I put the bumper sticker on. I went to work, and everybody asked me what it meant. And I told them, they kind of looked at me like I was a nut. And I tried to explain to them, like, just watch part 1 through 4 on YouTube and come back and talk to me.
Yeah, exactly. Or get them, I had a caller call in last night. It is hard at first. I absolutely agree. I had somebody call in worshiping Glenn Beck last night. He was very upset that I was exposing Glenn Beck as an actor. I mean, he's an ex-shock jock. He does what the establishment tells him. And I talked to him about 9/11, and he's like, well, there were some intelligence failures, but I don't know about inside job. So I start playing my movie Fabled Enemies because I know what he's going to go to right away. He's going to go to the Pentagon. He's going to go to controlled demolition. And yeah, that stuff is valid. But let's just start looking at who the hijackers were, how they were intelligence agents in some respects, how they were protected from the Black Ops program, Able Danger, how they were trained at this country, how we picked up Israeli Mossad agents that day, how the continuity of government program was going on in place with a mass Armageddon exercise where E-4B doomsday planes happened to be at the same place as the attacks. I mean, there's so many other anomalies out there. And then we have these two whistleblowers. Well, one's a document and one is a whistleblower today. Just today. Yesterday it came out that, the FAA said that the 4 planes used on 9/11 for some reason had not flown since December of 2000. A 9-month window of nothing going on, and that is contradicted by I believe the web post. They said that they were supposed to fly on September 10th. And then we have you seen the new whistleblower, the FEMA photographer / videographer that went to Argentina and has been exiled there since because of what he saw at Ground Zero unfettered?
No, I didn't see that.
All right, it's up at Infowars.com right now. We're going to be covering it. I'm going to go to it in a moment. I thank you for the call. Let's jump to another caller, and then, we're going to get into that in depth at the 20 after. Maybe we'll spend all 5 minutes on it because I read the entire article. We need to get this guy on immediately. And I'm calling out, I want that videotape. He said he wants experts to go over the videotape. Look, I'm not the greatest guy out there, but I do consider myself one of the foremost experts on what actually happened on 9/11. I have probably spent more time with video evidence from every realm than any other human being on the planet. I'm not proud of it, but it's true. Somebody has to do it. And I will go through another 27 hours and, try to bring every anomaly that I can see out there. Because I'm not perfect. Other people are going to find different things. I want it to be at a wide variety of people. I hope this guy uploads everything to YouTube. Man, they'd censor that right away. Maybe it'd be out there. It's all right. If it gets out there for 12 or 24 hours, it's going to be posted all over the world. And their lies will be exposed further. Because you're liars, FEMA. You know it. You know it. You're getting ready for NLE 09 with a little smirk on your face at the top. You disgust me. All right, let's go to Mark in Tennessee. Mark, you're on the line.
Hey, Jason. Love your work and very proud of what you do.
Thank you.
Just real quick, I'm a 46-year-old guy, and I'll just say that I work in the smart power grid market, providing the control systems for distribution systems and so on and so forth. And I'll, verify everything that you guys are saying. It's coming down the pike. But really the reason I called is that, I am a guy that wants to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm seeing myself where my wife, for instance, she is an Obama maniac. She voted for him. Boy, you ought to hear her now after I've turned her on to some of the movie. I'm a PrisonPlanet.tv subscriber. Just the thing about it is that what do you and Alex and the people that the people you talk to in your circles, What do you think the bottom line is for us? You know, what we can do as individuals besides get out and spread the word? What can we do to, you know, kind of keep our emotional / spiritual / psychological minds about us? What hope?
The first thing I say to people is don't succumb to fear. A lot of the things we're talking about are very dangerous. They give you that initial reaction, that knee-jerk reaction of, oh my God, I can't believe this. What am I going to do? Just fear comes over you at times. You can't be fearful to tell other people about this information. Now, what can you do right now? Right now, 1207 is out there, Audit the Fed. You can tell as many people as you can about it. Okay, number 2, you need to warn people about this WHO pandemic level 6. You need this article that, you know, openly states that Canada is going to vaccinate every single person in their country needs to go viral, and the implications need to be shown, because this is a blueprint for what they're going to do here.